Say what now? I said, you're going to Atlanta, and she's in Orlando. And she said, yeah, she said it's nice, so I don't see what the problem is. I looked around at everyone in the boarding area, and when I say everybody was holding in their laughter with the goofiest smiles and smirks on their faces, oh my gosh.
Phoenix, you burst in a fire, burn a thirst and desire. You transform and up in a flash. You spread your wings to rise from the ashes. Phoenix, you burst in a fire, burn a thirst and
Hey y'all, hey, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whatever time it is where you are. I'm Sasha, y'all. Welcome back to my channel. If you are new, if you are a returning subscriber, welcome back, my Loyal Royals. So good to see you. If you are new to the fam, welcome to the family, my new Loyal Royals. So good to finally meet you. Well, y'all, I am back from a month break, and it was much needed. But I am back. I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. Sorry, that was lame. Anyway, for this video, as you can see by the title, I'm going to be running down a couple of things that some of our passengers have said that kind of make me question reality. If you've been watching my channel, you will know that I do work in the aviation industry, and specifically I do work for an airline, and I've been in the industry going on 15 years next year. Yay! Still almost 15 years next year, and there has been a lot that has happened, and I've seen the good, the bad, the ugly, and the oh my god. But I have 4 things that have legitimately been said to me, and there's a mini story with some of these, and in the end I'm going to give a special shout out because of something I heard while flying American, and I just thought it was so hilarious. So if you would like to listen to what I've experienced, as well as me possibly roasting our passengers, then please keep watching. So, with all that said, I'm going to get right into it. And keep in mind, again, these are things that people have legitimately said to me. So, once you're finished listening, let me know down in the comments below. When you fly, what's the craziest thing you've heard someone say to one of the airport workers? Try to keep it G-rated if possible, please. Alright, let's get it. I don't understand what the issue is. It's just a little fog. I don't understand why planes can't fly in the fog. I drove here. I promise you, one was said to me, the other was said to my best friend. Now, most people see fog and they're like, oh, it's not that bad. But one thing people need to understand is seeing fog from the air is a lot different than seeing it on the ground. Think of it this way. If you look out the window and you can't see no more than 2 feet ahead of you, what do you think it would be like for an airplane? Would you really want your pilot to try and land in something he or she cannot see the ground? Yes, the runway lights are there, but the runway lights are only so useful when it comes to the fog and how low the ceilings are. Let's say ceilings, I mean as far as like the fog from the ground. If it's less than, I think, less than 500 feet, that's almost like a no-go for flying into that airport, because at that point you just can't see anything. You can't see anything. So, yeah, telling us that you drove through the fog is just going to earn a look of, eh? Yeah, that's, come on, y'all. Come on. I know you want to get to your destination, but nah. This is ridiculous. There are drains at the airport. Why can't we land? So the passenger that said this to me was upset because they could not take off and land in Fort Lauderdale during the summer when Fort Lauderdale had severe monsoon-like rain, which means that, as I told him, they can't land in that. Because yes, the airport does have drains, but when you have monsoon rain being dumped onto those drains, all it's going to do is going to spit it back out, and then it's just going to hover. It's going to flood. And that's what's going on. And then he proceeded to tell me, well, how would you know that? I've lived in Fort Lauderdale for 70 years. I said, I understand that. But again, You can't have a drain be flooded with water to go nowhere. It's just going to pile up. Do you really want your airplane to be an airplane, or would you rather it turn into a boat? He had nothing else to say to me after that. This is crazy. It's past the 10-minute mark. That man should not have been allowed to board. So this one is a normal circumstance, and all passengers that are manifested for the flight, they confirmed for the flight, make the flight. If there's available space, then at the 10 minutes to departure mark, standbys will be cleared. So he said that the last passenger that hadn't shown up for the last 15 minutes should have been taken out at the 10-minute mark. This is because whenever anyone is missing from the flight, we have to go down and check to make sure that we didn't miss-scan. That way we don't have any extra people that shouldn't be on board, or if anyone knows that they're coming or whatever, whatnot. We have to physically go down and call the name, and if we get no response, then we take them out and put the first person in their place that's on the standby list. In this case, it would have been that man. So he got upset when the last passenger that was confirmed showed up to the gate, and I boarded him, and that was that. Now, the reason I did that is because he was my last confirmed missing passenger. I'm not going to take him out and put the standby in his place when he's clearly right there. That's not how that works. The only way the 10-minute rule works is if we're missing someone, they're not there at all, they don't show up at all, and yes, we can take them out and put the standby in their place. He was upset because my last passenger showed up after I had gone down and checked to see if he was on board or not, and then he was mad because we didn't put him in his place. But yet when the manager came and told him that I was still working the flight and he would have to wait and see if the last person showed up or not, when I came back up, he was there. And by policy, I still scanned that man because he was confirmed and he showed up. Had he not been there when I came back up from checking to see if he was there, then okay, I would send the gentleman over to the customer service desk. He'd get cleared in the guy's place that missed the flight. But we're not going to just give you a seat and the last person or people will show up. No, that's not right. That's not how that works. No airline does that, as far as I know. But yeah, he got mad at me for that. This next one, I hear so often to the point where I tell people, you need to come up with a different excuse. I just called my friend and she said it's nice where she is. So the funny thing about this is this proves to me that a lot of people either don't know their cities and states, or they just automatically assume what they think that they know. So the mini backstory behind this one is I was working a flight that was going to Atlanta in the summer, and Atlanta had a tornado that had touched down, and there was heavy thunderstorms and everything going on in Atlanta. So this girl comes up to me and she's on the phone and she says, I'm on the phone with my friend and she said it's nice where she is. And I proceeded to ask her the traditional question, okay, well, where's your friend? She tells me she's in Orlando. I said, wait, where are you going? Oh, I'm going to Atlanta. Say what now? I said, you're going to Atlanta and she's in Orlando. And she said, yeah, she said it's nice, so I don't see what the problem is. I looked around at everyone in the boarding area, and when I say everybody was holding in their laughter with the goofiest smiles and smirks on their faces, oh my gosh. So long story short, I showed her a map. I said, so where your friend is at is right here. And I showed her where Orlando was. I said, this is Orlando. It's 90 degrees down there and sunny skies. This is Florida. Over here on the front middle of the map. This, see all these red boxes and all this other junk all around the map? This is Atlanta, Georgia. 2 different cities, 2 different states. Yeah, that didn't sell well with her. But yeah. I was like, since when is Orlando and Atlanta in the same state? What? OMG. Anyway, so this last one, quick shout out to American Airlines. This was not said to me. The little following conversation was said to the employee at American's gate counter. I guess because someone had missed a flight or something, and this is preceding the conversation between the agent and the lady. She proceeds to tell him, when I was in Chicago, he cuts her off, says, "This is Baltimore." Then she proceeds to try to say, "When I flew United," he cut her off and said, "You're flying American." Then she proceeded to say, "Well, as far as I know, all airlines," and he said, "This is American." All in truth, the miniature part of this conversation is basically her telling him everything and anything that has happened that's so different than how American Airlines operates. And his comeback each time was, "I work in Baltimore. This is Baltimore. You're flying American. I don't know about other airlines. I don't care about other airlines. This is American." One thing I learned when it comes down to it, please y'all, don't argue with us when it comes to our airline and regulations. Yes, there are some people that do not genuinely understand the rules and regulations and policies. Heck, even some employees have a hard time understanding them because there's so many changes made so often. But when it comes down to it, majority of the time we know what we're talking about. So trying to tell us what another airline done did, another station done did, it does absolutely nothing. But this is only a small tidbit, just the tip of the iceberg of things that passengers have said that really make me question reality when it comes to air travel. But let me know down in the comments below. What's the kookiest, cringiest thing you've heard someone say that works in the airline, works with the airline? What has a passenger said to an employee that made you just go, "Ain't no way they serious. Ain't no way they serious. Ain't no way"? Let me know down below. If you like this little comeback video and you thought it was really cheeky and cute, please let me know by giving it a thumbs up. If you enjoy aviation and travel, please consider subscribing to my channel. And if you will, if you may, please go follow me over on Twitter at DragonPink07. All that said, I will see y'all in the next video. Bye!
Never say forever.